doing, unlike myself, or at least has a computer that's better than mine. So I will see you all over on his channel in just a moment here. Sorry about that, man. Thanks for.
You're good.
I'm really frustrated, but
I do hope that you get it figured out, my friend. It's an odd thing to have. I don't know if it's just your internet or your CPU, but I don't think you had that problem before when you did such things. But we do have a 500-point P bag in the trophy cave here for not Rose City Saint. It's SleepyMario. I forgot to change the title, so just a second there. Knew there was something I was forgetting.
We got the salty run back on the Simple Dude Rose City Saint match here.
So I missed I didn't have everything marked. I'm not sure where the key was, or
key was in Medicine Cave, I believe. No. Key, gosh, what cave was that in? I think I marked it. Let me see if I still have it up.
And the P-Bag cave contained the boots, correct?
So we found Trophy Cave, we found Medicine Cave, we found Heart Container Cave. It's got to be one of those three, because I don't think we've seen... No, we have seen Magic Container Cave, which is actually where I think it was. I think it was in Magic Container Cave.
All right, we'll
so
go with it.
So we've seen 4 of the 5. We're missing P-Bag Cave.
No, we did see P-Bag Cave.
The grass tile had something not so great. Medicine Cave had the horn.
We did see P-Bag Cave.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, Scorpion Max went into there, and he did get something, and I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't super important. But yeah, that, and the Medicine Cave...
One of them was a heart container, at least, because Max does have one heart container.
Yeah, so, yeah. Grass Tile had a 1-up. Mario got the horn. Max has the horn. I think we're good. All right, we're good and caught up. So we're looking for a raft. Is really what it comes down to. Nothing else matters.
Yeah, and it's not in any of the easy spots, so it's got to be on Death Mountain or in one of these palaces. But they only have the jump spell and what was that other one that they got?
Shield, but Scorpion Max does have the magic key, which is
that's true.
A good access point for most of these palaces to at least begin exploring. At least so I'm told. And somebody could have been lying to me.
No, he definitely has a magic key.
So I'm not sure. I guess I missed if they ducked into any of the palaces, whether or not what they were.
Yeah, I think I missed that as well. Maybe check and help us out if they remember any of those palaces.
All right, this is Heart Container Cave for... Oh, this isn't Heart Container Cave. This is Magic Container Cave, which does contain the key. So now has that for SleepyMario.
One of them was GP, so that's an interesting find early on. Not helpful in terms of items, though.
No, not at all. Yet. See, that is the keyword, yet. Okay, so Scorpion Max back in Mido has the ability to cast jump now, so it's going to go grab down stab.
That is a Zelda 2 runner's best friend right there.
Meanwhile, SleepyMario, thinking about Jump Cave, decides better of it.
finds the other end of Jump Cave, it looks like.
Yes, sir. Now, did Sleepy Mario find the boots? He did find Death Mountain, but chooses to duck on out.
He just opened his menu and I did not see the boots on there, so.
Okay, so he hasn't found that P-Bag Cave yet. Yeah, and this is the front end of Jump Cave here. So you might be ahead of me now. I don't know. Let me fast forward my streams. So we're somewhere in the future. I see Sleepy Mario just found GP and is now back into the front end of Jump Cave and is leaving again.
Yeah, we're about even now. We're good.
All right, very good. I had paused quite a bit to try to even up with your previous stream, so.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna work, unfortunately.
It seems like I'll be honest with you. It seems some kind of like a GPU problem. I've had something like that previously. I don't. Are you recording while you're streaming?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not.
I did have that problem previously where I recorded while streaming and it caused massive problems, but I'm at a loss then.
Yeah, me too. Not to go too crazy with it, but I have restreamed in the past, and it's a little baffling that it would cause a problem for me now. But
we do have a palace.
And yes, it looks this like is two.
And it looks like Scorpion Max is going to be in the same one. Just got a little bit of a color palette difference. No, this is not the same one.
Actually, no.
This is
no.
5.
It looks, yeah, it looks similar, but it's definitely not Palace 2.
Most definitely Palace 5. I might use Jump. Yeah, 21 on Jump at Magic 3 is very nice. Gonna grab a key here. Even though he has the magical key, I don't know if he remembers that, but it is 100 experience for the hammer throwers. And meanwhile, we have Sleepy Mario, unfortunately dealing with Dripper, Iron Knuckles, and a bubble all at the same time.
Finally breaks free.
So Palace 5.
2-5 and GP on the west here, and Sleepy Mario finding the item in 2. Hopefully is the raft. We'll see though. That looks like the trophy to me.
Yeah, that is a trophy, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. We still do need Fairy Thunder and Reflect.
It's going to go ahead and grab down stab here, which is not a bad idea at all. Max definitely knows he has the magic key because he did not pick up either of those keys that he just came across.
Yeah, an unfortunate dead end there. Quite a bit of backtracking to do. And Sleepy Mario heading to get the down stab. Be curious to see if he goes to Ruto and sees what spell he managed to find. Nice P-Bag pickup there for Max. He might be able to get attack 7 or attack 7. Attack 4. 3 to 7. It does check out. Just got to add 4.
It'd be interesting to see if it looks like he's digging for the item in here. So if this is the raft, this is a smart play. If it's something else, then maybe just a waste of time.
Yes, indeed. And, you know, it's one of those things you could check it off the list. I don't know if I would prefer 5 or Death Mountain. It's a tough call.
Yeah, without the hammer, it's a much more difficult call. If you're in 5, though, I mean, I guess might as well check it out, see if you can find what you're looking for. He's already got attack 4, which honestly, attack 4 is probably the minimum that I would go into Guma fight with, although life 2 is certainly
questionable.
Yeah, I mean that's probably one-shot Guma, one-shot hit by Guma and you're toast at that point.
And a life spell pickup for SleepyMario out of Ruto.
I'm sure he'll be happy to see that, but does not help the progression at all.
That it does not. And he is going to take a duck into 5.
Just making sure that he can't break those blocks. That would be an interesting bug.
Yeah, we'd be patching something tonight if that were the case. Or I guess we could just finish out the final 2 games with it and then patch for next round. So Max having a little bit of an issue finding the item here. Is going backwards again. I think he's got one other path that he can take here that goes left. Or maybe it's a right, and then you'll find a left. You never know. Definitely going to be much easier for him. I don't believe that Mario has taken the time to get down stab yet, which will make some of these rooms a little bit more difficult.
I thought that he did actually. He was in Mido, I thought.
Oh, maybe he did.
Just those drippers really giving him some trouble.
Yeah, that's those 2 are bad with Iron Knuckles. It's really hard to get out sometimes. It's also really interesting when they get caught in the floor and you have like a black hole effect. Or actually, it'd be anti-black hole. It kind of pushes you away. And just going to choose to farm a little bit here. Dig Shake's favorite thing.
Oh, yes.
So Mario does have down stab. Okay, I just haven't seen him use it. So yeah, my bad.
And a dead end for Max, which is, man, after all the time he took to explore that side, kind of disappointing. Although Mario is in the exact same place right now that Max was, so
yeah, it's just an interesting layout thus far. It will be it'll be kind of funny if the raft is in 5 again. But yes, please forgive myself and my co-commentator. It is very late, and I have done tons of Zelda today, so lots of things are melding together.
Oh, and here we go. Max has found the item room, so we get to see what it is. Hopefully it's the raft after all that digging. But if that's what you're hoping for, well, you can be a little disappointed. So we now know that the raft must be in Hammer Cave.
What is it that he picked up?
That was a magic container.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I'll get that timer up just a second. We're about 25.5 minutes into this race, to answer your question.
And this feels like at least the 3rd race today, if not more, where the raft has been buried in Death Mountain somewhere. So Randomizer giving our tournament runners some trolliness, some early trolliness here.
There is no one to blame for that but you.
It's luck of the draw. I mean,
It's been Death Mountain or 5 a lot of the time. It's been pretty brutal. And we do have a Guma find at 433, so this should be fun.
He does have the shield spell, which is nice. And Max is just a good player when it comes to combat, especially. So I don't see him having too much trouble with this fight. For Guma to be your first boss, though, man. Welcome to Zelda 2 Randomizer.
Yeah, it's been rough. This has happened a couple of times. Like the Dr. J Prez race, they spent quite a time early trying to fight Guma and not having too much luck with it. I've had some pretty beefy Gumas today.
Doing a nice little dance over there.
Dude has the best walking animation ever, too.
He's stacked. He's got so much HP. I mean, attack 4 isn't helping, but...
Yeah. Yeah, totally true.
You can see Max getting a little antsy there, trying to be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, that happens quite often, and I do it too. You get towards those last couple of bars, and you just get super
when Guma's
aggressive.
On his last bar is not really the time that you want to get more aggressive.
Now I get to call you out. You are slightly ahead by about 5 seconds.
Oh, really? That much, huh?
So revenge is mine. But yeah, like I was saying, it's crazy because I keep clicking off to fix something and it keeps turning off my Discord, so nobody hears me except for, you don't hear me, everybody else does. But I do that a lot on Guma. Like, I'll be doing really well, have a good rhythm, and then that last 2 bars comes, and I'm like, all right, let's finish this, and he kicks my butt.
Yeah. And he's using jump strats this time around, which... I never really could get the jump strats going for Guma. I honestly feel safer without him.
All right. Go follow those guys.
Mario does find the item here in Palace 5, which means he must be pretty close to Guma as well. Oh, Max. Oh, sorry, I'm ahead. Didn't mean to spoil that.
Oh, that's brutal. It's rough, man. Attack 4 Guma is no fun. At least he has a shield spell that gives him a buffer of 2 hits.
Yeah, and he's going without jump this time around.
I'm surprised, and I didn't realize you could do it. I'm surprised I don't see more people, especially with this low attack, just use the cheese strats on the corner of the screen.
I think there might be some honor involved. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's honor, and then there's attack 4 Guma.
Yeah. It's also really slow. Like, it's not quick.
Well, neither is dying and game over and you have to go back.
That's true.
I mean, it's I see both sides of the coin, but if you're gonna try to do this, and you've already died twice, you're on your last life. I don't know. I wouldn't want to go back. It's quite a long trek, it seems like. And it doesn't seem like SleepyMario wants to even bother. He just noped on out and is heading to looks like to Death Mountain.
Yeah, he didn't even bother looking for Guma. He just got the magic jar and got out of there. So he's still got a couple of caves to find, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, he doesn't have the boots or the heart container.
So he might think that what he's the raft could be in one of those spots. We know it's not, but he doesn't.
So he's back at Jump Cave.
And there we go. Max finishing up Gooma.
And only 200. Dang, what a slap in the face.
Doesn't even consider going back to grind, though. That's my guy right there.
Yeah, just going to, wow, skip the level. So yeah, just hopefully not game over and be able to get through the next palace or whatnot.
Trophy was in Palace 2, J. Coper.
Yes, Palace 2. I thought I'd marked that, my bad. I marked it incorrectly. It is now fixed. Thank you, J. Coper.
So I believe this will be the heart container for SleepyMario here, and heart container. No, I'm wrong. The boots.
The boots. Always nice to find those early. Being able to skip around water is always nice, especially when you get to the eastern continent. There's generally some kind of water that prevents you from getting to a portion of the map without going through a cave, and it's just nice to be able to use it.
Yeah, that's the one thing about the randomizer that's actually slightly biased. Somebody did a statistical analysis, Lemmy Pie, and showed that for the most part, all the items are randomized roughly equivalently across all the spots, but the boots are somewhat more likely to be found in the Western continent, and you have to figure it's because of the exploration bonus that you get.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always nice. It eliminates a lot of things, and there's always the off chance that things are actually boot blocked, and we've seen that a few times in some seeds already earlier today. But fortunately, the runners already had access to the boots, and it wasn't a big deal. Meanwhile, SleepyMario kind of trying to figure out where to go next. And Scorpion Max trying to find out if he can actually make it to Helmet Head or not. I don't know that SleepyMario even attempted to find Helmet Head.
No, he seems to be in item hunting mode right now. Just wants to grab items, preferably the raft.
We'll see where this goes on Max's side. He obviously has not been this direction since he just opened a key door. I have to assume that this is going to loop to an elevator that will take him one direction or another. But he just up and A's as he was on, I believe, his last life and decides to go it again.
So Mario took a minute there to get his bearings and is off and running now.
Glove blocked room. Very good. And it so happens that, yeah, Helmet Hub is the other way anyways. So super quick trek, about 4 or 5 rooms to Helmet Head. The downside here is that he's probably going to have to eat another gem. At least he'll have some lives to at least try to preserve this one to progress to the next attack level.
Oh yeah, with that amount of experience dropping from Helmet Head, not much in the way of experience there at all, yeah, unfortunately.
So 200 from Gooma and 100 from Helmet Head. Fantastic so far.
The good news, though, is you got 2 palaces out of the way early. Palace 5 being one of them, which is just a huge relief to have under your belt at this point in the game. We have to go to Death Mountain, though. That is the way forward. And we don't have the hammer either, so it's hammer cave or bust at this point.
Yeah, it's either the hammer or the raft in Hammer Cave. We always hope that it's the hammer, so we have to find the hammer spot. But if we do that,
Yeah,
we
maybe
get...
it's the Triforce. Maybe a Triforce is in there.
There you go. Just game over. Be done. It would be sad to get rid of the rock for a later troll for Reflect, though. It's always nice. Palace 4 with the item for Reflect. Or it'll have the hammer, and the item for Reflect will be underneath the Death Mountain rock. That would be even better. What a way to end the day on a 3 o'clock restream.
Mario not having Death Mountain there, deciding he's got better things to do and getting on out.
Well, he does. I think he still has... he has the Heart Container Cave left. I don't remember exactly which one had it, but there is the cave with the Heart Container that he hasn't found yet. Probably a better time investment in his mind. And just as I say that, he makes his way to Death Mountain, so never mind.
Yeah, I had to change a heart there.
Caster Curse. It's great.
I agree with you, Jam. That was not a serious suggestion to put the Triforce in Death Mountain.
I would like to see towns or palaces. That would be fun. But I hear that the game is having none of it.
It's tricky. It's definitely tricky to move. Not palaces, actually. Palaces would be not so bad. But towns are very tricky to move.
Which is kind of interesting. Other than, towns contain spells, but, palaces contain items, so you would figure it would be kind of the same. But that's either here nor there.
And we got both runners in Death Mountain now, just searching for that raft.
And SleepyMax making good use of those boots to get over to a nice little boot-secluded bay.
And there's the rock, kind of taunting them.
Yes, indeed. And what a cool place for the rock. I like it.
So this is a great cave for Max to go into. It's got 4 possible exit points. And if you're looking for Hammer Cave, your goal is to just check as many caves as possible, as quickly as possible. And the elevator rooms are a great way to expose yourself to a lot of Death Mountain as fast as possible. And we see that it actually pays off here, as Hammer Cave is right there.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, there's been a lot of seeds today, at least the ones that I've been doing, that have been stalled quite heavily just due to not being able to quickly locate the raft. So we've had quite the scenic tour of the Western continent. A lot of Death Mountain today.
Did not take Max very long to get here, though, so it looked like it was in the northeastern corner of the Death Mountain map.
I think SleepyMario can actually access it from where he is at right now, if he just goes a little bit farther to the east.
And the reaction from
Nice.
Max.
Way to be random, sir.
Well, I mean, it's not random because that's where that thing usually is. But in terms of troll,
Fortunately,
it's pretty darn good.
Fortunately, he does know how to get to the rock, and just behind him, SleepyMario is also finding the same cave. The major difference here being that SleepyMax has completed 2 palaces already.
Yeah, and that's a huge advantage. I mean, he does not have to come back to the Western continent until he's ready to go to GP. So
Provided that medicine's not required for anything.
Oh yeah, I guess that would be the one thing that might bring him back.
So quite the interesting seed yet again, where there were no more solutions once the players find the raft.
And just watching Max's reactions is pretty funny. When he got the hammer, and then also just now when he picked up the raft. So Mario picks up the hammer and will probably be on his way to pick up the raft as well here pretty soon.
Yeah, I don't know that he's found the rock yet. Unfortunately, I don't think he's taken the path around the outside of Death Mountain. So it might take him just a little bit longer to find that. But yeah, right here at the start again, we see these nice little rivers that allow you to progress and explore through the eastern continent without fighting too many things. Finds a nice 500-point P bag.
Takes a little bop there from a blue Zalphos. They do quite a bit of damage.
They do hurt. Meanwhile, SleepyMario passes up the cool little cave that'll take him right down south. So he might be exploring around here just a little bit longer.
If he gets to a water area, he should be able to just walk right on down. And a magic jar pickup for Max, so Kasuto looking fairly tempting here at this point with 6 magic containers.
And 2 towns right next to each other, one of them being Nibiru. Looks like SleepyMario is doing a little bit of grinding, perhaps? Big Shake's favorite pastime.
He is kind of close to level there.
Looks like he's close to a
Not sure 5. What that. Yeah, it's got to be a Tech 5, doesn't it? Max picks up a fire spell and trying to figure out what it is. Looks like it's got to be either spell, reflect, thunder, or life.
Completely narrowed down for sure.
Yeah. Still has some work to do there to figure out what it actually is.
And right next door is old Kasuto, so we will get another spell. And this time it is Reflect. And we do have a raft pickup.
Yeah, Mario finding the rock there, so he's ready to move on to the east as well.
Ready to rock and roll.
Oh, even for 3 in the morning, that's
awesome. Yes, I know it's awesome.
Yeah, I suppose that I can't do any better.
Yeah, we know life is not fire, obviously, as Jake Oper is pointing out. Otherwise, we'd have seen these guys shooting out fire quite often because they've used that spell many times. And unfortunately, Mario does not get the experience tick off that red Dyra. No, it did happen. Never mind. It was close. He did get it, though. And does manage to get that attack 5.
Attack 5 the hard way.
Yes, indeed. So he does up an A now, which is fine. He's going to head to the raft location. And we have another town on Max's side, and it's Darunia. Doesn't want to take the time for upstab right now, it looks like. And maybe the plunger will be useful as it will get through the River Devil here.
Yeah, useful certainly. Required, maybe not.
Probably not. There's almost always a cave, especially with as large as it is. I mean, there's already 2. And a water tile. With the medicine.
Not a bad thing to find. We are kind of running out of item locations on the overworld, at least. The west is completely clear. We've got 2 P bags in the east, one of which Max is in right now. And then Nukasudo and Maze Island in terms of overworld spots.
Yeah, still looking for that glove. Basically the only thing that's really eluding them now, and he does find another heart container here. I don't think we found the desert tile. No, the desert tile was in a magic container, wasn't it? I'll just take your brooding silence as a yes. You can't hear me, that's why.
Max...
The desert tile was a magic container, yes?
It was indeed a magic container.
Okay.
That is correct.
I was like, I'll take your brooding silence as a yes, and I'm like, oh, I realized I clicked on the tracker, and it for whatever reason, when I click on the tracker, it does, my push to talk no longer works in Discord. It's very interesting.
Hmm. So you've been talking to me this whole time, huh?
I've been saying wonderful things that only the chat can hear. And what will we find here? A magic container. So the glove being quite the elusive item.
Yeah, Kasudo looks pretty decent. Fire could be the spell, possibly. Maze Island, of course, a very popular location with its 2 basically free items. So
yeah, we saw that be a deciding factor in an earlier race, with 7 magic containers being required to get the kid out of Nukasudo in order to get the Thunder Spell.
oh man, that did happen today, didn't it? Feels like so long ago.
It was actually just the last race, but, you know.
Oh, was it the last race?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was... for some reason I thought that was Kool-Aid and Buzz Thunder, but I guess not.
I could have been. I actually missed that race, but it was the Simple Dude Rose City Saint race. And we do have the fire spell here for Mario as well, which is 111 at Magic 2, and Magic 3 Oof. It drops to like 33.
Yeah. Fire is kind of an interesting spell. It's 5th on the list, which would make you think that it's got reasonably high magic cost, and it does, but once you get on those later magic levels, it becomes very cheap.
Well, they knew it was worthless, so they had to make it cheap at some point. And he also picks up the Reflect spell, which is only 94.
I believe we have a new Kasudo sighting here on Max's stream.
As well as a Palace, which has got to be 1, 2, 3, or 6. You deserve my help. Please have a red jar.
Close.
A heart container. It could be worse. Good reaction from Max on that one.
Yeah, he definitely rolled his eyes a bit there. I wonder if we'll see him go try the fire spell over on the right side of this town here.
He won't need to. I bet you he gets the spell. Why would we actually have random things in a randomizer? Meanwhile, Sleepy Mario continues his exploration.
That is
Fairy.
not the spell, but it's a great spell. And so I believe we're down to needing spell items here to get Thunder. But he does have the medicine, which he's not cashed in yet.
That is correct, and he is
does,
going to check.
Yeah, he does go to try fire. Didn't work.
Ah, might be Thunder. Or Reflect. What are the two?
Yeah, I think it's got to be one of those two.
Well, we know it's not Life. We know it's not Shield. And we know it's not Jump. And it's definitely not Fairy. And we just confirmed it's not Spell. So it must be one of those two. It is not Life Cool in the game, because they have cast Life and they have not shot fire after such. Which should discount the fact that it is, in fact, Life. I would be trying it right here, see what happens. But Max is just going to keep on going.
With Karak?
No, on the first screen there with the jar. Just test it out and see if you kill a red. If you kill him or not, and you'll know which spell you've got.
Yeah.
Because if it is Thunder, you don't need to worry about anything else. So it kind of makes it important to figure out what that spell is.
That's true.
And a water tile here for Sleepy Mario. Going to find the medicine, which could in fact be the key to Thunder.
Yeah, Mario doing a great job of overworld exploration here. His, problem at this point is that Max already has 2 palaces down.
Yeah, it's quite a sizable lead. It's hard to really quantify what it is, but having Guma and also finding that really quick path to Helmet Head, which I don't believe Sleepy Mario found, gives him a little bit of an edge here.
Well, he didn't even look for him, which is kind of interesting that those early decisions to just not even bother with the bosses having a pretty big impact on this race.
Man, he is finding all the P-bags in the world, though, so he's getting a lot of levels outside of palaces, which is, nice for him. I'd assume after he gets this attack level, he'll probably grab, I would hope, another magic level, which will give him access to basically everything in the book. And Max finding all the dead ends here in 4.
Yeah, he makes a funny face every time he finds one, which is great.
I think out of today, my favorite set of reactions came from the Countess.
Yeah. He was very animated.
His Dark Link fight was fantastic. If you were watching him, he was just kind of holding his pointer finger out and ramming the controller into it on the A and B buttons. And that was his Dark Link fight.
Well, the way that race ended, I won't spoil it here. You guys should go watch it. It was very exciting towards the end there.
Yeah, it was a very, very good race. And we have an item room, so we'll see what we find here in 4.
Well, I'd call that a whammy, but he got attack 5 out of it, so...
Whew. I'm still sure he's not happy. He's still got palaces 1 and 2 left, so not necessarily the worst thing in the world, I guess. Or sorry, not 1 and 2, but 1 and 3, which are fairly easy palaces to find the items in.
Mm-hmm. And Maze Island.
And Maze Island, yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, this is 100% all keys randomizer, right?
Some people have been playing it that way.
No, neither person has gotten upstab yet. Oh, wait. Sleepy Mario. Yeah, that's a good question.
Sleepy Mario did get it. He did the super jump to grab it, I think.
Okay. Yeah, Sleepy Mario did. Scorpion Max did find Darunia and opted to come back at a later time. Very low HP K-Rock here. If only Guma would follow suit, I think these players would have a much better time.
So Max, thinking about this would be his third gem that he would be burning.
Man, these bosses are not being nice with the experience today.
He does have attack 5. I mean, he got it the hard way. So in that sense, it's like, well, what does it matter if you burn one more gem? Because you kind of made up for it by grabbing that level.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it also depends on who you are and how comfortable you are. I would definitely not be comfortable burning a third gem. I would not know that I'd be comfortable with 2. But it doesn't look like he's got really any good options. He might be able to get to maybe like Magic 4 if he killed the unicorn heads here, but he's just going to looks like he's going to do that. I was going to say burn it, but he is going to level up here.
Yep.
It's always nice when K-Rock is on the screen past this one, which happens quite often, because you can come back here and kill these heads to, you know, get a couple hundred of experience to push yourself onto that next tier if you need to. And this magic word will give you power. Fairy spell on Sleepy Mario's side.
Interesting move here. He ground up past the life level and then place the gem. Is he going to take the magic level?
That's what it's looking like. Or I don't know how many lives he has left, but yeah, that's what he's going to do. Man, kind of rough. The boss is not giving a lot of experience, makes leveling a little bit difficult sometimes. So thinking about taking this desert pass here, looks like he's going to do some encounter skips.
Yeah, there was a chunk of the overworld on the right there that you could only get to from taking the desert pass. Maybe you could get there with the boots coming up from a different part of the map, but
wisely going to ferry through this encounter, and unfortunately, Sleepy Mario takes a game over on the overworld and will be shipped back to the Western continent. Wow. What a fantastic little corner of the world this is. It leads absolutely nowhere, but you know, if you're looking for a vacation spot for a home or such, this would be perfect.
Yeah, bring a tent.
And fantastic look of disgust followed by an up A. So, both of our players back on the Western continent. Great place to be. Taking Fairy Cave, heading south.
Probably see Max go cash in that medicine while he's here.
Yeah, I think I was saying Mario might be doing the same, but I don't remember exactly where Mido was. Or maybe it's just right here, and Sleepy Mario is making his way there as well. So bets, Thunder or Spell?
Either one could be useful. For all we know, the glove is sitting there in Kasuto.
Or what if it's the ultimate troll and you need spell to get the kid to get thunder?
That would be interesting.
I don't really know that that's the ultimate troll, but that would be kind of interesting to see. And it is, in fact, spell. And we have a virtual high five, followed by
So
timely warps.
We know where thunder is. We know we need the kid to get it. We don't know where the kid is. The good news, I suppose, is that there's just not many places where it could be, especially if you're Scorpion Max. Maze Island, I think, is looking very tempting right about now. Could also go cash in the spell item in New Kasuto.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with John Wayne on this one and just call Kid in the Maze Island because, you know, it's a randomizer.
In terms of palaces, we've got 3. We did find the item in 4, so it's 3, 1, and 6, I guess, would be your options for palaces.
That sounds correct, yeah. One of which is on Maze Island, and one of which is in Valley of Death. Which, I don't know, have we seen the entrance to VOD yet? I don't think we have.
I don't believe so, no. But there is Valley of Death right there. That's not the entrance, but it does exist.
It does indeed. I must say, I really do enjoy how some of these overworlds generate, especially when you end up with, like, you know, a cave that on the eastern continent that shoots you into a valley that has a town or something, and that's the only way to actually get to it. It's always pretty interesting. And we do find another palace through a cave here. That's only accessible via that cave, it looks like.
Yeah, and it's either 3 or 6.
Yeah, I'd imagine hoping for Palace 1, but well, I mean, that's the last great mystery other than finding the glove and the kid, but, you know, you're not really searching the overworld anymore for anything.
I believe by that enemy spawn on the first screen there that this is in fact Palace 6. And this Rebenak here certainly confirms that. SleepyMario has the spell and was in New Kasuto, but he only has Magic 2. So he probably cannot cast it at this point.
Yeah, that Magic 2 has actually come back to bite him quite a bit.
It is 80. He actually can cast it.
Yeah,
if I saw that correctly.
That is a good point, but yeah, I wonder if that'll be a thing. And Max missing that jump. And yes,
Mario making sure he can cast Reflect before he goes into 4. He certainly can.
Yeah, the 4 heart containers here actually hurting him quite a bit in comparison to the 7 that Max has got.
Oh, no, Max.
Oh yeah, you could have walked along the roof there.
Little tactical error that leads him to just walk away. I think that's not a terrible idea.
Well, no, it looks like you can't get there elsewise. And no, there's Maze Island. Look at this beautiful little setup. Oh my goodness. Oh, and VOD. Oh
Yeah.
man. So VOD of the last 3 palaces are accessible. Looks like only by boot or by cave. You have to take that one particular overworld cave. That is impressive. Well designed, sir.
So he's going to go into Maze Island here and look around for a couple items. And that one right there. Certainly helpful. If the other one is the kid, then Max can breathe a sigh of relief.
Wow. So yeah, just gotta wonder how long it's gonna take Mario to find that cave and choose to take it. It's pretty rare to see a cave lead to so much, and that be the only way to get there.
Meanwhile, Mario is in 4, it looks like.
Yes, sir. I can tell by the dead ends that he's ran into, unfortunately.
And that's got to be Palace 3 sitting there. Which means that Palace 1 is locked away in Valley of Death.
And all that for a pea bag. Which I don't know that he's super disappointed with. I would take, if he takes Magic 3 here, I think he'll be really happy.
Yeah. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, good choice. That'll unlock the use of a lot of spells there.
And so Max found the other item. What was that?
I missed it. A pea bag. Fantastic.
Oh. A pea bag and a pea bag. So we're still looking for the kid. The kid's got to be in 1, 6, or 3, I guess.
3, yeah.
Is that it? That's all we got.
I'm pretty sure. Have we found both pea bag caves on the second continent?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, then yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, I still don't know what the configuration of the second pea bag cave is. I know the one that has the double stair, like the 2 mountains inside, but I don't know the configuration of the second, so I always miss it.
Well, it's not 3.
Magic Key was in the Magic Container Cave.
Oh yeah, we don't know what New Kasuto is. That's what they meant by Magic Key. We don't know.
Oh yes.
What that second item is in Kasuto.
My apologies. Again, it is late, so my comprehension level drops to that of a 5-year-old.
I think I heard a couple 5-year-olds that are around there earlier today.
Yeah, they got home during the last race, but overall they weren't too bad. And we do have a Ruminac find.
And while you're marking Palace 3 here, you might also want to mark Palace 4 for Max, because he did kill Karok.
Yes, that he did. And eating another gem. Wow, these guys are not giving out EXP today.
So Palace 1 in the Valley of Death, and that's, you know, a pretty easy item spot to check. And we got a Karok fight over here on Mario's side. No problem with that one.
Yep.
He'll get to place his first gem.
Yeah, Karok, super hard fight. I mean, you have to hold right so far and so much in the game. It's very difficult to stand there and hold left sometimes. Unfortunately, Invisible Moa taking its toll there on Max, and he's not able to get through. I wonder if does he know the fairy feat?
If he does, he's choosing not to utilize it. He's preferring encounter skips instead. I don't think he got that encounter skip there.
I don't think so either. Yeah, just going to choose to take the death. Probably a wise choice. And on this other side, SleepyMario takes one as well, but this time to water. Yes, fairy feet is required, John Wayne.
So, of course, we see him heading left, trying to find that child here in Palace 1. Oh, and there he is.
All right, awesome.
So a little tricky to get to. You had to go through a cave to get through the Valley of Death and then get him out of Palace 1. But Max, in pretty good shape here, just needs to clear this palace and then make a little pit stop to, well, he's got to do Palace 6 as well, and then make a pit stop to Darunia before clearing out this seed.
Yeah, that cave being quite defined. If you don't, again, if you're not looking to go through caves, you can spend a long time in the overworld not actually finding anything on the eastern continent due to a lot of it being locked behind that cave. And a very quick horse head find here as well.
Think we're going to see him burn another gem?
Well, 30 experience. Wow, is that like that's minimum on 5 of 5 bosses, isn't it? Unbelievable.
He certainly has not been getting a lot of levels off these gems.
Yeah, just gonna take life 5. I'm gonna choose to take the up A route, which is a little interesting since P6 was right there, but I guess opting to not deal with the encounter skips again.
Yeah, that is a little interesting. Raspot's close to start. I don't remember where that cave was that he took.
Yeah, and SleepyMario
Hopefully
thinks,
he remembers.
Yeah, because I don't for sure. I think it was over by actually where VOD was the cave itself, but I couldn't get you back there myself. Sleepy Mario does take another game over, unfortunately.
Seems like Max does not remember where Darunia was.
It's somewhere in Hyrule. I would
Likely
bet
on
on
the
the Eastern
eastern
continent.
continent.
Yeah, somewhere there. I think I've narrowed it down enough. I don't want to spoil too much. I think that was the cave. I could be wrong. But I think at this point he's looking for Darunia.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, it was kind of on the northern part.
And here I am trying to get this spot off my screen, and it turns out that it's actually just the cursor over Sleepy Mario's overlay.
Yeah, it's on Super Mario stream.
I'm like, why won't this come off my monitor? I'm like, what is going on? It's way too early in the morning. It's good times, though. This has been a good race so far. Sleepy Mario, I mean, not making really any bad decisions, just not finishing any palaces has kind of put him quite a bit behind.
Yeah, the again the decision not to take out 2 and 5 while he was there were is what got him into got him behind in the first place. But not being able to find this cave on the eastern continent is probably slowing him down at this point, since that's where all the remaining palaces are.
Yeah, and Maze Island with the glove on top of it. I mean, at this point, he's still in the Western continent, as that was Mido. So
Might be thinking he wants to do 2 and 5 before heading back over.
I can give you most powerful magic. Alright, so just Palace 6 left. He's got to get back through that cave. And then once he's finished, a quick up and A and right over to Grand Palace.
And I apologize. I need to take a quick bio break here. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Everybody start your timers. It was 1:19:51. So Sleepy Mario taking the fairy cave yet again. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. I don't know if he's looking to do palaces or what exactly it is that he's looking for currently, but meanwhile Max does make his way back to Palace 6. He's already done a little bit of exploration, so we will see how long it takes for him to actually find Barba, who will hopefully be a little bit more generous on the EXP level. And so Mario back on the eastern continent again. Looks like he's heading north. So we'll see. We'll see what he's looking to do. He's still got to find that one cave. I believe it's actually in the south. That will take him over to the other palaces. And Max using the jump spell to get over the gap there. This will most likely quickly lead to Barba. And in fact, no, this is the other Rebo fight. Or not. I don't know my Palace 6, but that's alright. Is looking to get some experience before heading through to Barba. I think probably hoping to try to at least get attack 6. 645, not the best to go into GP, but definitely acceptable. Meanwhile, Mario checking all sorts of things and not finding anything, as he's already been to the water tile. And does head left off the screen this time, which should be the correct direction. Be curious to see if Barba was accessible without the glove. In which case, the little bit of a mishap earlier where he fell down in between the blocks actually might have cost him quite a bit of time. And the elevator loops on upon itself. Very quite interesting. I've had that happen to me before, and I think I went through the elevator 4 or 5 times before I realized that something was up.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. We just had a fantastic elevator loop in P6.
Looks like Mario was enjoying the little scenery there on the dead end on the overworld.
Yeah, still searching for that cave. Unfortunately, has not found it yet. And it does look like you had to have glove to finish P6, so not too big of a deal that he fell down earlier and was unable to get out.
Yeah, it might have ended up saving him some time, because if he'd explored more, he wouldn't have found what he was looking for.
Well, I mean, he's explored everything up to this point anyways, so I don't know that it would have been much different. But, you know, possibly a little bit of time saved.
So by process of elimination, we know that 6 has to have either a heart container or the cross, I believe, because we have not... Yeah, we've not found the cross yet.
Yeah.
New Kasuto would have the other one.
That is correct. And choosing to not take the Canadian hole, but he's going to have to. Which leads to this nice little room, which means we gotta go back, go up an elevator, find a ride somewhere, and should get right to Barba. Meanwhile, Mario either took a game over or up an A yet again, and is once again now back on the eastern continent, still searching for that elusive cave. I know from personal experience something like that is going to cause me a lot of grief too. Because I don't like taking caves because I can't ever keep track of them. So if I don't have to, I won't. But when something like this one where it's required for 3 of the 4 palaces in the game, that's a little bit brutal. But I think this is it right here. If he heads through this cave, he will end out where 1, 3, and 6 are available.
And the glove, more importantly.
And the glove, yes. And the kid, which gets you thunder, so a whole bunch of everything.
And that's the item room there.
And he opts out of it. How unfortunate. I wanted to see what was in there. He did get a Magic 5 already, so he did take that level naturally. We'll see. Probably going to end up with Life 6 at this point, so 5, 5, 6 for him going into GP.
Yeah, and a lot of runners might be upset by those levels, but I think with player Max's skill, it shouldn't be too much of a problem for him. Unfortunately for Mario, he is in 6 right now, and based on what we know, he's not going to be able to find much of anything in here without the glove. Oh.
That sucks.
Yeah, although I believe when you die to Barba like that, you don't actually have to refight him.
Oh, nice. Just didn't get any experience, which I don't think would have mattered anyway, so interesting. I did not know that.
It's good that he had an extra life, at least.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and up an A and head over to GP. Meanwhile, we still have Mario digging through Palace 6, which we know is going to be glove blocked, unfortunately. And it takes a little bit to figure that out as well. And still trucking on 4 heart containers. Like, there's a lot of locations that he hasn't found because we know that the heart containers were in a lot of caves. So for him, there's a ton of places that the glove could still be.
So if you're Max and you're walking into GP at roughly 90 minutes, are you concerned that your opponent's already been in there for a little while?
Well, honestly, it depends on who you're playing. And that's not to be mean to anybody, but depending on who you're playing, you may or may not have that sense of anxiety. I don't know. Again, I don't know if SleepyMario is a newer player. I don't know that I would be, or I would be personally. But I mean, as a player of his caliber, I don't know that I would be. I don't feel like he's done really anything out of the ordinary. He did 2 and 5 really early, got those out of the way. Found the cave that, if you don't find it, it's going to cost you a lot of time fairly quickly. I don't really feel like he's wasted time anywhere.
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job of navigating this overworld and finding what he needs. He's darn near 100% of this seed. So.
Yeah, I mean, and that was just the nature of how the exploration went too. Just by You know, the raft being in the last possible location in Death Mountain, Kid being in nearly the last place you could find it to get Thunder. These Faka's hurting for sure, though. And SleepyMario finding the loop, and I kind of wish I could see his face, because it is a bit tad confusing when you run into this loop if you don't know what you're looking for. And he is going to open a... And we have a dead end for SleepyMario, or for Scorpion Max already. Not nice to see that location early. So we'll, looks like you might take the Eon drop. Always the correct choice. You can't make this up, folks. You can't make it up.
That was a great drop there.
That's actually kind of a relief if I'm him, as that drop was so early. Being able to get it off the list at least, you can feel a little bit easier with the other ones that perhaps you're not going to end up clear back at the very beginning.
Although the room he's in right now is also a drop room, so somewhere in GP is a drop that's going to take you all the way back to start. Oh, and you don't like to see that happen to somebody.
Unless your name's Buzz Thunder. Oh, man, they're just swarming him like flies. It's terrible. So yeah, SleepyMario still making his way through P6. And again, unfortunately, not going to find anything. I'm pretty sure the only route to the item was via that drop and then going right or left, but then you end up with a block anyways in the room with the two unicorn heads. So really no place to go other than a lot of time wasted. And we do have a first death over here on Max's side. Gotta go ahead and cast shield, trying to get past this spicy chicken. And immediately met by a blue Faka, but jumps on over and nearly gets Buzz Thundered.
Yeah, narrowly avoiding that King bot there.
Man, I'm that guy that wants to have been in the conversation on when they decided that that was a good thing to put in the game, and to put it where they put it. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. As we do fight T-Bird here on Max's side, it's just, I don't know, some of these old games and the decisions they made that, you know, were clearly intentional to be, you know, trolls for players. I just want to be in on the conversations.
Most of those conversations probably happened in Japanese.
Yeah, I mean, I'd learn Japanese to hear him. Yes, John Wayne. If you can manage to get over the top of that room with the enemies there, that is in fact allowed. It's just sometimes, and most of the time, in fact, the enemies are not something that actually allows that to happen.
The rule, though, is that you do have to clear T-Bird. So if you do that skip and you come across Darklink before you kill T-Bird, you'll actually be disqualified if you don't kill T-Bird first. So can be a little risky in that sense.
Yeah, no T-bird skip, unfortunately.
Where it would come in handy is if you either have already killed T-Bird or if it's on the other side of T-Bird, especially you're looking around. Although I can say just from past experience that there are very few times where that skip has actually come in handy. It either takes too long to get the skip and you would have been better off just walking around, or it takes you to the place that you don't want to go.
And we do have a Maze Island find here for Sleepy Mario, who I'm sure will be very happy when he lands upon the glove very soon. But first, we're going to find a 500-point P bag and take Life 4.
Ooh, this fun room just makes me nervous with Max.
Mm-hmm.
They always make you a little nervous, but
Oh, we know what that means. We should be going left at Fairy. Third Kingbot manages to avoid this one as well.
gonna get another round though because that was a dead end.
And we do finally have the glove located on Sleepy Mario's side. Oh, he gets hit! How unfortunate. And in fact, left at Fairy is once again the correct choice.
Was there an elevator that he passed as well, or?
I don't know, but it's still left at Fairy. And it's going to take him to a drop. Risky.
And there it is.
Boom! Welcome back to the beginning of Great Palace. We hope that you have enjoyed your stay. At this point, I might up an A, as we are right by the start, and we get all of our lives back.
Yeah, and he's on his last life as well.
I wonder, I guess he's got to go this way to get to T-Bird, so yeah, going left here wouldn't matter. Yeah, it's a bit rough being on your last life here. Oh, man. Oh, not once, but twice, but 3 times.
Yeah, that ball was all over him.
Alright, and we've got the item room here in Palace. Was this Palace 3?
Yeah, this is 3.
Yeah, heart container. So, first one for Sleepy Mario in this hour and 40 minutes thus far. I don't know that I would be upset. You know, it'll help out.
It sure will. Max getting a fairy. Can't be unhappy about that.
Yeah, nice find, actually. It looks kind of like he's upset, but why not?
Seemed like he was hoping for a red jar there.
Yeah, or, you know, there's always the possibility of finding the 1-up on the left, too. We've had that happen once or twice, and it actually proved to be useful. back into another waffle room. I don't remember if 3 was doable without the glove. Oh, he's got the glove. Never mind. You know,
Yeah, he does.
he did just get the glove. All that work and still gets hit. That's so good.
There is a red jar in this room, or a chance for one at least.
It does get it, which is super nice, actually. Give him a couple of casts of life, shield if he wants it. I think shield being the better value here. And another drop, but this one I think is going to be required. I don't know that he has any other direction he could go.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. And Mario's going to place his second gem here. Well, maybe he won't. At least not right away.
Well, looks like he's going to go perhaps grind some experience. And we have the fourth drop.
Gotta think there can't be too many rooms left.
And there it is.
There we have it. Max is going to take this race with a time of 1:44.
Yeah, 1:44.11 SRL. Pretty solid time again for a nearly 100%. Pretty good time.
Yeah, absolutely. For as tricky as that seed was, can't be unhappy with that. Not sure if he's going to join us here in chat for a little post game or not.
Meanwhile, SleepyMario, he did finish this palace, but has not placed the gem, so I can't mark it off. And he does head back. And we'll place this gem. This was Palace 3, right?
Yes, that was 3. And I believe we are joined by Max. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, great run.
Yeah.
Man.
So what do you think was the trickiest part of that seed for you?
Well, I thought the seed was pretty trolly, honestly. Well, first the raft behind the boulder with Hammer in Death Mountain. So I basically had to like complete 100% of the West Continent before I could even move to the East. And then I just kept on looking for items everywhere because I got every spell first, and the only one I was missing at the end was Thunder. That ended up requiring the Kid, which was in Palace 1 in Valley of Death. So that was pretty much 100% completion there.
Yeah, you only were missing, I think, a magic container and the cross. So darn near 100% completion.
Yeah, pretty close. But somehow my leveling was extremely bad.
Well, you were getting pretty terrible experience drops on those bosses, it looked like.
Yeah. And yeah, I think I managed it poorly, but yeah, I think I finished like 655 or something like that.
Yeah. Which for you, I don't imagine is that much of a problem.
No,
honestly.
Great Palace was kind of okay. I got Thunderbird first try, which I was really hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that that pass that led to 3 palaces in the glove along with the Kid?
What? Sorry.
I said, how about that that path, the pass that you had to take in order to get to the 3 palaces with Maze Island and the Kid?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was pretty trolly as well. Well, first on the west, you already had to take a pass just to leave the first area, but that wasn't too bad. But yeah, coming into the east, I didn't expect that at first. And then, like, when you finally find the right cave and exit it, you find 1 palace. But at first, I didn't realize I could go in the water to then go down for the Maze Island. I was really starting to wonder, like, if there was a second connection cave, it would lead to another remote place. But hopefully I tried water and that was actually the trick. Otherwise it would have been even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you did a great job with that seed. I can't imagine anybody putting up a much better time than what you did. I mean, your combat was on point. It was just a matter of finding the items that you needed to complete the seed, and great job.
Yeah, thanks.
So you're going to be moving on to the, I guess, the winner's pool in the next round. A lot of good runners in the winner's side. Have you been keeping up with the races? Anybody who you're looking forward to racing next round?
Not sure. I mean, most people who got 1 win so far have a lot more experience with the randomizer than I do. So I'm kind of scared going into round 2 with a win, but I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you're correct that a lot of people do have experience with the randomizer, but then there's also people like Joshy D.
Yeah, I say Joshy D, who somehow made the winners round.
Oh, he's not even here, and we're trashing him. That's not very nice. It's my fault, though.
That's all right. I think he'll forgive you. Maybe not me, but he'll forgive you.
All right,
well,
thanks for the late night restream, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're both feeling pretty beat, so we might go ahead and wrap this up here, get some sleep pretty soon.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm about to do.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, Max, and congrats again on the win.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Have a good night, sir. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and host SleepyMario.
One more Pez here.
I've actually got to be up fairly early, and I'm sure Dig is exhausted as well. So if you want to keep watching, head on over to his channel. I'm going to go ahead and host him. Thank you all once again for hanging out, and hope you have a good night. Thanks again, Dig.
Yeah, thanks for covering for me when my stream crapped out again.
Yeah, not a problem. Have a good night, everybody.
Later.